Hello, my name is Darby Carlson, and today I will be giving my persuasive speech for CST 100. Every time you walk into your local Target store or Walmart, you can't help but notice that really unignoringly pink aisle. The aisle's full of America's #1 best-selling doll, the Barbie. Barbie has in fact dominated the doll market for 50 years now, and is expected to do so for a very, very long time. What makes Barbie unique is she also has quite a legacy and quite a character series that is really unapproachable by other doll companies on the market these days. However, that is not my point. I would like to stop and ask a question. Is this doll we see in millions of girls' dollhouses, in movies on TV, is she an inspiring and positive role model for them? Today, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to say so. I'm here to tell you that Barbie is in fact one of the greatest all-time role models for girls, especially young girls these days. Today, I'll be using 3 points today to show you the positive influence of Barbie and the influence she has on girls young and old, from discussing the emergence of Barbie in the late 1950s, at the same time as the modern businesswoman, to the positive messages brought out in Barbie's multimedia, her movies, to the limitless amount of career opportunities Barbie has given girls throughout the past 50 years. To begin, in the article titled, "Barbie's More Than Just a Doll, She's a Role Model," Devin Roberts describes the passionate influence of Barbie on many people, young and old. He notes that Barbies are not people and dimensions of the doll are not the real focus of every Barbie. He considers Barbie to be more of a feminist who rose from the depths of a world run by men in the early 60s. Ruth Handler, Barbie's inventor, along with the company Mattel, first introduced the toy in 1959. Her first character was an amateur fashion model, but over the years has really transformed into everything and anything else. From then on, she appeared in girls' dollhouses as a farmer to a housewife to an astronaut to a professional clothing shopper to a scientist to a doctor to even a pregnant Barbie. The list just goes on and on. Over the years, though, one thing has stayed the same. Barbie has always been the figure that girls can look up to be whatever they wanted to be. There was no limitations to what Barbie could be, and that was the inspiration for girls for the past 50 years. Barbie was a symbol for girls and young women in the early 1950s and 60s because especially when women became more involved into the business world, it was very hard, dog eat dog. Barbie provided a symbol that was independent, that was strong, that was putting forth the effort and the motivation. Her presence in these careers, even as a doll, made a difference with women across the globe in the new industries. Tanya Stone, the author of The Good, the Bad, and the Barbie, remarks in an interview about her book that she even got a positive response from 15 and 16-year-olds who were saying that Barbie truly was a good role model for them, and she inspired them to be whatever they wanted to be. There are, however, some psychological studies and university studies that disagree with this. I wanted to bring up a few. However, some university studies continue this positive influence of a Barbie on young girls. According to a study completed at Oregon State University, outcomes show that girls who play with Barbie dolls tend to have more limited career choices. Aurora M. Sherman, a professor involved in the study, remarks that the results show the limitations of a girl's career possibilities in her future, and the team of article contributors at societypages.org provide a different explanation for Barbie, still negative. They decide that Barbie is not a good role model for young girls, yet at the same time admit to not critically thinking about Barbie's place as a role model until the college age. I really just would like to add there, how much do you think about Barbie critically as a 5-year-old? Do you think about your career limitations? These studies and observations to me seem to be kind of a moot point. Without adding into consideration a child's ability to critically think about their career choices, how can Barbie create these limitations that they're saying? At the age of 5, I sure wasn't thinking about my career or the limitations I might have by playing with Barbies. Psychologically, there may be some connection, but as for an overall role model, it doesn't really add into the situation here. When I was 5, more like daydreaming, less like critically thinking. And then the fact that 15 and 16-year-old girls still think the same thing, who at that time do have the capability to critically think, really disqualify, again, those studies for me. I think it really opens a door for these young girls instead of closing one or limiting them at all. My third point comes from in the form of Barbie movies. Being from a family of 10 kids, 7 of which are girls, I have personally watched all of the Barbie movies. And I have to say, there is not a single Barbie movie out there with a poor message at all. In fact, I can't even find a partially poor message. All of them have something to do with sisterly love, or standing up for what you believe in, or the power of kindness. For instance, commonsensemedia.org has consistently given many of these movies at least 3 stars or higher. The only big con in any of these movies would be the excessive amount of consumerism in Barbie marketing. Hence, but that's really to be expected. It's a company; they do have to make money somehow. For example, Barbie and the Mermaid Tale 2 earned 3 stars on commonsensemedia.org, and there was really little wrong to say about it. Loving animals, keeping family together. I don't really see anything wrong with showing little girls that and not thinking that that's a positive thing to show them. Barbie's now been around for 50 years. For something to be around for 50 years and still not have been taken off the market for poor demand or poor influence on young girls means that it must be doing something good. Barbie may not be the perfect role model, but then again, nobody really is. Nobody's perfect. She truly does a great job at teaching girls to follow their dreams through her just regular dolls, books, movies, stories, etc. And really, at the end of it all, she allows girls to dream about what they want to be. Be who you want to be. B-A-R-B-I-E. Thank you.